Welcome to the weekly roundup on SA Footballer TV with Tommy Javor and
Darcy Evans.
welcome back,
Hi,
mate.
TJ.
Good. Let's get straight into it, mate. We're going to talk about the big upset in Division 4. There was a big upset. It was Hope Valley at home knocking off North Haven in a tight one. 10-11-71. North Haven 8-11-59. Now this is harder to pick than a broken nose, this one, mate. So you know what? You weren't here last week, but you know what happened last time Hope Valley played?
No idea.
They lost to Kenilworth, who hadn't won a game all year, so they bounced back. I ran into, I was down at Clovercrest State Swim teaching my daughter water safety today, because water safety is no joke. Clovercrest State Swim, great way for your child to learn how to swim.
They sponsor?
Family business, mate, family business. But thanks to all our great sponsors.
Yes.
And run into a couple of, or ran into a Hope Valley player, gave me the lowdown on how it unfolded. It was actually a really interesting game. North Haven, I asked him about Reed and Rowe, and he said they didn't do anything. Well, they didn't actually play. So no Reed, no Rowe, no Lipson. I reckon, look, it's a bit of a, I'm going to throw it out there, I reckon North Haven have taken this one a bit easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Only a few players out. Now, Lippo, he could have played with coach, is that right?
Yeah, Lippo, so Tommy Lipson coach for the old man. But I mean, Reedy and Rowe, that's their star forward and their best on bowler. Take that on any side, and all of a sudden it becomes an even contest. Now, big Champers, I can't remember if that's what they call the ruckman. He was like Grizzly Adams. He was neutralised by Jetty Pfeiffer and a couple of others, so they triple teamed him and they were able to wear him down throughout the day. And North Haven, I know when we saw them play Colonel Light Gardens, their on-ball dominance was really strong. Pedersen, your Cocciaro moving through there, and the wingers are Haythorpe and so forth. But Hope Valley were able to get on top in the middle. Williamson was the midfielder, he was best for them. Duncan obviously got involved, and well done to the boys from the Valley of Hope.
Great game.
Yeah. Duggan kicked 3, Pfeiffer kicked 2, a host of singles. As I mentioned, Williamson, Duggan and Payne were the better players.
Yeah, we've got North Haven Pedersen with 3 merit. There's individuals to about 4 or 5 other players there. Cocciaro, best player for North Haven. Gee, he'd be pretty close to getting one of the best players. I reckon he's in there most weeks as well.
Yep.
Mooney, ex-West Torrens boy, that's one name. Haythorpe, Bettridge and Lawrence.
Yeah, so a really good win there for Hope Valley, and but it just gives their season just a little kick in the old pantaloons. Means they won't get relegated now. Well, mathematically it can happen, but it's not going to happen.
They've just been throwing everything at him, so
I heard G Corns give the worst radio interview I've ever heard. No, that's a bit harsh. I heard him say that the Crows should rest players today. That was an outlandish statement, but saying he did make one very good point that when you start talking about mathematics, it's all over. It's fair call, isn't it? If you want to talk about, we win every game and they don't win, it's not going to happen. Out at Limblom Park, Darcy, there was a bit of a shootout really for this time of year. It was Baraka 16-5-101, Colonel Light Gardens 18-12-120. Now, just by looking at the scores, it doesn't tell the story. Paraka shot out the Rocks with their young, fast list on a dry surface. Conditions suited Paraka. They're up 8-2. Slowly but surely, though, Colonel Light Gardens were able to peg them back.
Absolutely. It was 18-12-120 to 16-5-101. So a good win to Colonel Light Gardens. So we've got the goal kickers: Fleming with 6, Knight with 3, Murdoch with 3, Bennett with 2, individuals to 4 other players. The best players: Belfield, Lynch, Wood, Arbon and Fleming. So Arbon gets in there a week. He's probably in there quite a few weeks as well, the old Arbon.
For Paraka, much improved performance. Sharp 5, Adams 4, Kennedy and Baker both kicked 2. Whilst Kennedy, Adams and Baker were their better players. Armstrong and Sharp, I'm going to give them a mention too. So really good effort. Next one, mate. We said
straight on there.
Yeah, I said Kenilworth will come back to earth with a thud. They've actually done all right. Against top team, I reckon they've actually had a real crack here. 11-6-72 to Eastern Park 15-13-103. Quickly for Kenilworth, Chester kicked 3, as did Ware, and Friend kicked a couple, as did Moser. Diamondopoulos, the big ruckman, must have battled his proverbial off all day because he was their best with Gain and Clark.
And then Eastern Park, Woodward with 4, Mance with 3, Freeman with 3, Knapp with 3, and individuals with a couple of other players, with best players Code, Jones, Woodward, Morris and Mansell. So no, Woodward.
How much good Woodward?
30 points, not bad for the Kenilworth. They did have the win last week, of course, and they did come back with thud, but 30 points to a top team, nice work.
And Eastern Park could take that this time of year for sure. Alright, our last one was Westminster and Edwardstown, and it was Westminster too good at Tilbury Rashid Oval, or Glandor Oval as it used to be known. Westminster 11-16-82, Edwardstown 6-8-44. Edwardstown did kick the first couple of goals in the game and probably reasonably confident, but they started off really well in this division, but they've just come back to the pack a little bit, and they actually find themselves. Look, they're going to play finals, and anything can happen in finals, but the going's become a little bit tougher as the year's gone on. Of course, they came from the Southern Footy League.
They did big unknowns too to us, or anyone really, the amateur league. So,
but one thing they have done before we go into the better players and goal kickers, they've set a bit of a precedent. I think the amateur league's becoming quite an appealing place to play footy. I know I play there and I enjoy it. I think 3 or 4 other clubs might be following suit from the Southern Footy League next year, possibly.
Possibly, yeah. The producers sort of
certainly, it's plenty of talk and byplay anyway. And
it's pretty easy.
Negotiations.
75%.
75%. 75%.
If they were playing one league, it could be easier, but anyway, yeah. But Edwardstown, a bit of an unknown. As you said, last few weeks they've just come back down a bit of an earth. They were probably second a few months ago or a month ago.
Yeah.
Coming back fourth.
But we've talked about this division. It would normally start with a ladder in this division because you can go from first to fifth very quickly, but it's just starting to sort itself out now. For Westminster, they had multiples in the form of French, Fisher, Woods, Shattuck and Blessing, was Cleveland, Goods and Reed with their better players.
And for Edwardstown, we've got Davis with 4, kicked most of their goals actually, so then Hogan with Woodward, Willard with individuals. Now, best players is Tessiri, Curtis, Clark, Sarah and Horgan. So, good win there to Westminster and Edwardstown. Well, just see wins of the last few weeks.
No worries. Now, the ladder, it's quite interesting reading. Edwardstown do sit 5th, as we mentioned. They actually are in striking distance. Probably percentage could be their Achilles heels. If North Haven continue to be inconsistent, sitting in 3rd, they could be caught. But at this stage, it looks like it'll be Eastern Park 1, Westminster 2, and North Haven, who my pre-season tipped us, are going to have to pull their finger out and play a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, exactly. And then look at Kenworth. It looks battle for the relegation would be probably Hope Valley, Paraka.
Well, 9 teams. Yep. You'd assume that they're going to fix this up next year. Probably just Kenilworth go down this year, and the others are allowed to stay up. Goal kicking, I reckon Shawnee Mansell's got it wrapped up on 61 from Eastern Park. He's 13 clear of Colin Matner from North Haven, and that's another 12 to Brad Horges, mate. This week's game, always interesting reading. Now, Hope Valley, they've had a great win. Can they continue that fine form? There's a little baby over there in the studio audience. That might even be my baby. Hello, Isabella. Hope Valley taking on Eastern Park at Dwight Reserve.
Eastern Park for me, out there, very hard to beat.
Eastern Park quite comfortably. Edwardstown and Kenilworth at Edwardstown Oval. Kenilworth sitting bottom. They've had their win for the year. I think now it's just about if they'd phone this one in if they could. Edwardstown will be too strong.
Exactly. Kenilworth done. North Haven to Salisbury.
Well, this is our game of the round, absolutely for sure. Ladder position dictates that it's game of the round. These two are fighting it out for their 3rd and 4th. Now that double chance,
you have to get it, have to grab it.
It's not impossible to win premierships, and we've seen it in Div 4 and 5 over the years to win premierships from 4th or 5th, but you certainly want the double chance.
I'll go for North Haven because it's there only, and I think they'll probably get those players back from the side.
Yeah, again, always interesting to see how teams respond from the bye as well, which Salisbury have come off. I think North Haven as well. You think if Reed, I know Reed and Rowe both should be available. Tommy Lipson should play. It just adds a dynamic to their forward line. Should create match-up headaches.
And Kernite Gardens and Westminster. So where are we? We've got Kernite are
sitting 6th,
and Westminster are 2nd. So you think Westminster should do it easy to try and hold it under that 2nd spot?
Yeah, I think this one will be closer than what ladder position dictates. I'll take Westminster just.
Yeah, Westminster for me too.
This has been the Div 4 Weekly Roundup. We'll be back next week.
See you later.